So, so this is the last of 12 sessions, and some of you have been to many of them, many of them, and others of you, this may be your first one, or maybe you visited two or three of them. But just as a reminder that this is the 12th session, and I kind of almost mark these sessions as a calendar because now I know that it's been 12 weeks since I've been doing this, which means that at least in Los Angeles, the COVID lockdown started about 13 weeks ago. I did my first one after, I think, during the first week. So just to recap, there was the first one was honey. They were all objects, basically. I wanted to work with objects, things that we could kind of handle and visualize very easily. So there was honey, there was cloud, hand, shoe, eye, tail, shelter, egg, mirror, tree, fire, and this last one is river. So maybe if you've been to some of these past sessions, just mentioning that word may have kind of brought back memories. There were a lot of memories of like reaching hands out across the boundaries of the room and kind of touching somebody's face, like your grandmother. That seemed very touching. And shoe, we had a kind of regression back to being a baby and wearing our first shoes. And actually, somebody had a shoe memory that they actually remembered their first shoe when they were a baby, and then they checked with their mother, and it was correct, the color and the shape, etc. But they're actually all on YouTube if you missed any. And so this week, to kind of finish off the series, and again, it's, we're not sure exactly where we're going, a little bit like a river. Things may be changing course, or maybe getting better, maybe getting worse. But for now, this is the last session. I may start up again, if there's a second wave or something like that. So this session is about river. The theme came from one of you as a special gift. And so without further ado, what I'd like you to do is get comfortable. And if you're wearing glasses or anything like that, just take them off just to feel very comfortable. And maybe turn your phones to mute so you're not interrupted by that. And so whenever you're ready now, just close your eyes. If you haven't done so already, just relax. Get into a very comfortable place. And as you're listening to the sound of my voice, just allow yourself to relax more and more, deeper and deeper now. And I'd like that feeling of relaxation now just to flow down through the top of your head. And as you relax more and more, listening to the sound of my voice, any other thoughts or feelings from outside, you can just allow them to just drift off now. And just take another deep breath now. And just feel and sense yourself just getting heavier and heavier now as you listen to the sound of my voice. And I like that feeling of heavy relaxation now, just to focus on a certain part of you, on the inside, the flowing of your blood around your body now, pumping through your body now. Flowing, pumping, dreaming, drifting. And I'd like you to feel and sense that pumping and flowing around your body now. And just remember deep inside that we're mostly made of water more than any other substance or material inside our body now. And I like that feeling of liquid heaviness to descend into every part of your body now, your head, into your eyes, remembering your eyes are made of liquid, and feeling and sensing that liquid flow just relaxing down through your mouth and down onto your tongue, feeling very heavy and very relaxed. And I like that feeling of heavy relaxation now just to go even further around your ears, inside your ears, and all the way into the back of your mind. And I like that feeling of heavy relaxation now just to go even further down, down into your shoulders, your neck, and down through your arms and your biceps and triceps and your elbows, and all the way down to your forearms, your hands as they're resting there. Very comfortable and very relaxed, and any other sounds from outside just allow you to relax more and more, deeper and deeper now, deeper and deeper. And I like that feeling of heavy relaxation now, just to go all the way down through your chest and down through your internal organs and all the way down to your hips. Feeling very heavy and relaxed in that flow of liquids and blood just going all the way down through your legs, through your knees and the backs of your knees, and all the way down to your shins and calf muscles. And all the way circulating into your feet and each and every one of your toes now, feeling very heavy and very relaxed. And in a few moments, we're going to go down some steps. These are steps that you haven't been down before. They're steps that go down into the water. And I'm slowly going to count down from 10 to 1. And when I reach 1, we'll be just inside the water, feeling and sensing ourselves inside the water, very safe and very comfortable. 10, taking the first step down now, perhaps your bare feet. You can feel the texture of the step under your feet. 9, taking the next step down now. Dreaming and drifting, feeling very heavy and relaxed now. 8. Feeling time slipping slower and slower at your own speed now, feeling and sensing how you have time within your own hands. 7, just allowing yourself to feel so heavy and so relaxed. 6, dreaming and drifting now. 5, going further and further down now. 4, beginning to sense the water as it touches your feet, or perhaps your feet are touching the water and the water is surrounding your feet now, just very gently. 3, going further and further down now, stepping deeper into the water now. 2 and 1. All the way down now, just allowing yourself just to float on the water surface. Perhaps looking up at the night stars, the night sky up above as you're floating there easily on the water's surface. And as you breathe in and out, very slowly you can feel and sense the ripples radiating out from your body across the surface of the still water. And maybe you haven't noticed before, but maybe there's the taste of metal in your mouth, the taste of a coin. Perhaps the coin is made of copper or silver, or maybe even gold. Each metal has its own flavor, and you can feel and sense that taste in your mouth, perhaps a bit like the taste of a battery. And I'd like you to feel and sense yourself now floating in the water with the taste of the metal in your mouth, perhaps a disc. And perhaps with your tongue you can begin to feel and sense the writing on the disc, or maybe the image of something on the disc. It's amazing to feel and sense how your tongue can decipher the portrait. Perhaps it's an animal, perhaps it's a god, or perhaps it's some other person on the coin with the writing on the outside. And as you're dreaming and drifting now, feeling and sensing your body being rocked slowly, perhaps almost as if you're on a boat, just dreaming and drifting now, going further and further down now. And with another part of ourselves, we're going to go even further down now, and I'm going to count down from 3 to 1, and when I reach 1, we'll be in a very cold place up in the mountains. A very cold place up in the mountains, surrounded by ice. 3, getting ready now just to feel and sense yourself being transported, a certain part of yourself now being transported into the mountains. 2, beginning to feel the fresh air of the mountains, the breeze blowing across the mountains and the snow and the ice. And 1 now, just feeling and sensing yourself so high up in the mountains, very far away, perhaps some far off continent that you've never been to before. And you've been walking up this glacier for a long time now, the rocks and the glacier around you. And it's amazing to feel and sense yourself approaching the source of this river that flows out, down and away for miles and miles. But it's beginning here now, and I'd like you to feel and sense how you're putting your hand, maybe your right hand or maybe your left hand. I'd like you to feel and sense yourself putting that hand into the icy snow. And I'd like that hand to begin to feel cooler and colder now, colder and colder now. You can feel and sense the coldness entering into your fingertips, entering into the fingertips and up, the cold feeling slowly rising up through your fingers. And you can feel that cold feeling coming up through your hand and through your arm, feeling colder and colder now, colder and colder. So incredibly cold. It's amazing how you can feel that sense of coldness in your hand and around your hand and inside your fingers, and coming up through your forearm now, feeling colder and colder now. And you can feel and sense that coldness getting more and more intense. You can feel the cold all around you, the ice, the snow, and the cold. But I'd like you to reach deeper and deeper now into that snow, into the ice. And close to this source, I'd like you to feel and sense how you could reach out to an object. And I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I reach 1, your hand will automatically seize an object from inside the icy snow at the source. 3, getting ready now for your cold, numb hand to reach out and grab this object now. 2 and 1. And just slowly retrieving this object and pulling your hand out of the snow and ice and beginning to see how your arm is thawing. Almost as if your hand and arm was made of ice now, but it's slowly becoming to return back into being flesh and blood. And perhaps you can feel and sense that object in your hand now. Feeling and sensing the object in your hand as sensitivity returns to that hand. And I'd like you to observe its color and shape and texture and form, perhaps its taste and smell, and any other qualities it has. these unexpected qualities. And with another part of ourselves, as we're still grasping that object in our thawing hand, we're going to go even deeper on the inside, even deeper now. 3, going further and further down now. 2, feeling so relaxed and comfortable now. And 1, all the way down now, deep down on the inside. And at this deepest level of mind, I'd like you to find yourself in a river, perhaps a river that you're familiar with from the past, perhaps a river that you visited a long time ago. And I'd like you to feel and sense how you have your feet in the river, just standing in the shallow part of the river. And perhaps you can feel the stream, the water flowing past your ankles. And the memories flowing past you. You can feel and sense how the flow of the water is like all your memories flowing past you. Memories of love, memories of fear, memories of learning. And all these memories are flowing past your ankle now. And it's amazing to feel and sense how, as you're standing in the river, the flow of memories, the flow of the past comes through you and past you, and you can recall any of these moments you like. But at a deeper level of mind, I'd like you to begin to feel and sense how the river itself can alter its course, and how you can affect the course of the river itself. And instead of just standing in the flow, you can change where the flow goes and how it happens and where it goes. Changing the course of the river now, changing the course of the river now. And I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And I'd like you to imagine yourself floating far above this river now, floating, flying, floating above the river now, looking down on the river now. And I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I reach 1, I would like you to realize how the river is going to change its course, change its flow, change its direction, and change its geography. 3, getting ready now, just to allow that change to happen now. 2, allowing yourself now to feel so easily changing the flow and the direction, the course, and the geography now. And 1, just changing the course of the river now, just so easily and gently on the inside. And as you're dreaming and drifting now, just considering how you can change the flow of the river, how you've actually changed the flow of the river, moving forwards in time and affecting time and place and space. We're slowly going to come back now and just remembering and observing the object in our thawed hand. And perhaps sensing the coin in our tongue now as we reach the other side. And I'm slowly going to count up from 1 to 10. And when I reach 10, you'll be wide awake and back in the space you started from now. 1, slowly coming back in your own time. 2, just feeling and sensing all your body parts coming back to a normal state now. 3, as you're coming back slowly now. 4, 5, feeling time coming back into its normal pace now. 6, stretching and yawning now. 7, almost all the way back now. 8, 9, and 10. Wide awake, wide awake. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks, Preem.
Thank you, Marcus.
Mhm.
Marcus. Grazie, Marcus.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining this session, and thank you for joining past sessions as well. And also to a lot of you, thank you for sending notes and feedback and suggestions of themes. And I would love to somehow pull this all together and study all these notes and see, how to condense all these feelings and sensations and feedback and stuff. But I've got it all here, so I'm going to be studying it these next few weeks.